What's going on, motorsports fans? This is Jared here with the Bearded Garagistas.
No warning.
I gotta surprise you. Man. I gotta catch you off guard. This is Brett.
How you doing?
Today we are very excited to have Oracio.
Yeah, nice.
Took me about 10 times to figure out his name and pronounce it properly, but I think I'm close.
No, that's spot on.
All right.
I think you say it better than my mom does.
So I will say that, yes, you've noticed we are in a different location. Well, if you noticed, if you're watching the YouTube, which you've already liked and subscribed, good job. Thank you. If you're on the podcast, 5 stars, do that too. But yes, we are in a different location. We are back to our old location just for probably today.
Thank you, AC. I love you.
Yeah,
Don't ever leave me.
There's air conditioning here, but we don't have the car in the background and we're not in our beautiful garage.
Yes.
So we have some ups and downs. But we will be going back to the garage so we can continue to put the car in the back if whoever we're interviewing is able to bring down a car. But yeah, we're excited to hopefully get back to our old stomping grounds real fast. But without further ado, let's get this started. So,
that was a long-ass intro.
No, it was only like a minute and a half. You've been running this for a while.
Bro, I know.
All right. So, tell us a little about yourself. Actually, first off, your Instagram handle is?
Oreo_chops.
Oreo_chops.
Yeah.
I've actually never met you.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you through IRRA. I've watched the car run a couple times. You ran last year.
Yeah.
Well, you second place last year.
Yeah, I came in second.
All right. So, because again, I mixed.
Yeah, me and my best friend over here. Yeah, it's always one or the other, man.
You guys,
they call him Oracio, they call me Ovi. It's a never-ending battle.
Literally call him up. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey. I was like, so you won last year? He's like, no. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know.
It's all good, bro. It happens. It happens more often than you think.
Same car, though?
Same exact car, same year, everything.
Same color?
Damn, man.
No, mine's burgundy, his is black.
Okay. So it's close, though.
It's close, man.
All right. So,
on purpose?
No.
Things just happen that
Who
way.
had theirs first?
Dude, honestly, I've had mine for over 10 years, so I think he's around there, too.
Really?
It's crazy. You know, and you'll hear the whole story, man. How we met is crazy.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Awesome.
we'll get
So this is
there.
going to come up. Because we actually are going to have Ovi on eventually,
Yeah.
too. So,
That'd be awesome.
I actually have to have him come to my house and fix some of my electric.
Yeah,
Right?
you should
He
do
does
that.
electric,
He's
right?
good at that. Yeah. He's good.
So, background. Normally, we get a little background about our racers, the people that we interview, things like that, how they got into motorsports, their cars, their first cars, things like that. Mm-hmm. So, give us like we're in rare form today.
You're
What
good,
happened
man.
before you even got here?
I can only imagine. I guess we'll talk about it after.
Literal shit show. We'll talk about it after. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. I started off young. My first thing was bikes.
Start off young. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't look 30.
I don't look 30.
Nah.
I'm a baby face, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Like he's 30.
But I look 40.
Nah. You look good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We started with small engines, go-karts, dirt bikes, stuff like that. I'm still into bikes. I built my own bike. My dad is a welder, so I learned from him how to weld.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, all of that stuff I do. Electrical, I learned just watching YouTube stuff. Essentially, my entire car is YouTube built. The whole 9 yards, everything. Learning all the geometry, how to do the suspension, all that I learned off of YouTube.
That's
reading
crazy.
books, all that stuff. Which is how I'm progressing my car now. Less power, more suspension, dialing in, and that's where I move forward with it right now.
It's like the first person to say that. Did you notice? We've had a lot of conversation on this podcast about suspension and how important it is to racing, especially drag racing. Because most people, like, you think suspension, you think of circuit racing. Mm-hmm. But like here, I'm like, yo, suspension is really important.
No, super important.
And I feel like it's overlooked when people are talking about their
It's
car.
all
The
power.
first thing is power.
Yeah.
They always say, oh, it's really important, and as soon as I get, the power where I want it to be, then I'm going to go to suspension.
I mean,
I think it's the other way
I'm pretty
around.
much maxed out on my little engine. I mean, it's a pile right now, So, I mean, it made 500 all year last year, and I was surprising a lot of people with it.
Made 500 last year.
500.
That's not bad, though. Especially for the class that you're running.
No, yeah. But
It's a light car, too.
It's a light. No, it's 3,400 pounds.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
You didn't shed any weight out of it.
No.
Okay,
Damn, man.
I'm sitting here figuring it's like going to be like a shell like
Nah, hell no.
Sinclair's or something like that.
No. It's definitely full weight. It's heavy.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I digress.
So this whole suspension stuff, I mean, I've always liked learning stuff like that, mechanical stuff, engineering, different aspects of it, and how I can apply it for stuff that I want.
Oh, yeah.
I like taking tips from a lot of people, and I pick and choose what I can take from everybody. So that's how I
Smart.
move forward with my own things. I built the car myself. I have a lot of friends help me from Ovi, from Gata, from Gata Performance. I don't know, man. I got so many people. Custom Speed Creations for C Money. George, the tuner, helped me a lot. Every time I call him, he's hands down always on my side, always helping me. I mean, man, I don't even know. I have so much.
Thank
to
them
say,
all,
you know,
man. Do your thing. Take your time. We got all night now.
And all my friends, Rockney, Tubbs, my girl, my kids, always around me, always helping me. My brother-in-law, he's annoying, man, but he's always there. He's always willing to help.
I hear you.
And Corey's really big, bro. I met him first in that last season, and he's super humble, super.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah,
guy.
super good dude.
Great guy.
So, like,
He texted me randomly.
Oh, yeah?
Just to say hi and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
he's a
that
good
guy.
dude. So when you were growing up,
Yeah.
you always working on like go-karts, dirt
Always.
bikes, things like that.
Yeah.
Was the 240 your first car?
No.
What was the first car you had?
93 Nissan Altima.
Did we race it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was just a go-getter, beater,
Yeah.
go to work and come back stuff. Yeah.
Was the
I
240 your first
replaced the
race
engine.
car? You replaced the engine.
Yeah, no, Altima, yeah. It's another blew it up. It's always
So
something
you
blowing up.
weren't racing it, but you
No,
blew
no,
up
no.
the engine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, neutral drops, you know what I mean? Where you got to start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that
Fair
stuff.
enough.
Yeah, but the 240 has always been a car that I've always wanted. I always liked the way it looked. I wanted a Koki for a while, but then I settled on a Zenki, and I
Okay.
bought it as a shell
Okay.
for $2,200.
So it was completely naked. You had to work through all
Everything.
that. Damn. $2,200 not a bad price though.
Not well in the center or in the whole. How do you say this? The buildup of the drift tax.
Okay.
I bought it in that whole era, so
Okay.
I actually got it cheap for what it was back then.
Not bad.
Yeah, and I started with the KA, 5-speed, fine. I turboed that. I went with an SR. I did a 4302 with the T5, which is how I met Ovi.
Okay.
Because he was selling glasses at the time, and then it just so happens he saw my car. We talked about it, and he was doing the same swap at the same time.
No way.
Really?
I swear to God.
So
That's crazy.
You were buying glasses,
I was buying shades that
and
he
that's
used
how
to
you
sell.
met. And that's how you met him.
That's how I met him
And then he was doing the same build at the same time.
at the same time.
That's
Is that
nuts.
weird to like fight over parts of the junkyard?
Nah, I don't fight over parts, bro. I don't fight over parts. I either get them or I don't get them, and if he has them, I just take them. It's just what it is. Is that not what a friendship is, right?
Hell yeah.
That works. That works.
Yeah. And then I did nitrous on that, did turbo on that. Then I got tired of the 302. I couldn't do anything else with it, and I went with the LS. And never looked back.
That's what you have in there now?
Yeah, turbo LS.
I didn't know
Damn.
that.
Yeah.
Well, you said it before, but like it didn't register. He said what he had in it before we started, but it didn't register what it was. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's an interesting swap.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go RB like everybody else.
I was going for, let's see how cheap I can make this.
Okay.
And I follow Sloppy Mechanics on YouTube.
Okay.
And I essentially copied one of his builds almost to the T with my build.
And I mean, you said that the engine you got wasn't.
Oh yeah, 220,000 miles, 4.8 out of a Tahoe or something from a cop car, something like that. I have the whole registration and everything that came with it.
That's not bad. 220,000 miles, pushing 500 horsepower, and running in C3 and coming in on the podium. Second place is pretty good. We going after first, I assume, this year.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna push it as much as I can.
How much is Ovi running?
Bro, I don't know, man.
Does he
He's up
still
and
have the
down.
same build?
On the nitrous? No, he was on nitrous last year,
Okay.
and he made 550, I believe. And now he's turbo now.
Oh, he changed one turbo.
Yeah, he went turbo.
What's
I
the
kept
engine?
6.0.
Okay.
Were you expecting to do that well last year?
No, at all.
Has it
With
got
all
you
the problems
hungry
that
to
I've
do-
came across with my cars, no way. No way at all.
What problems when you were at the track? When you were at the track, or like when you were at home?
No,
Problems?
racing. Yeah, I've had belts pop off. I at one point, Sinclair knows what I'm talking about. Is I had to drain all the coolant and run it like that the rest of the night because it just didn't want to cooperate with me. So I ran it with no coolant. That same engine, that same one. I have not changed it.
I think
Bro.
we both have the same look on our face.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how he fits his brass balls into that racing seat,
Yeah,
dude.
it
That's
was, it was
gutsy.
crazy. Yeah.
That's gutsy, dude.
I said, "Fuck it, let's go."
When you like, I know with most people, when you go to the track and you like run into those issues, other racers kind of like gather around. Do you feel like it's mostly in your class, or do you like think that people from like upper and lower classes come in? So by class, I mean like your C3.
Yeah.
Do you C2s and C4s help you more, or does your own class help you out?
I guess everybody can get around. Like, hey, you need anything, you want anything, they'll definitely come by and ask, and if they're able to help, they'll help for sure. I definitely, last year we had a lot of that going on, especially on my end. I needed a lot of help. I know Sin had a couple of issues that I tried to help him with. But definitely the camaraderie with everybody was awesome, man. Everybody's always willing to help. I mean, shit, what didn't I bring that everybody needed, There was definitely a lot of that. I like that. That's why I kept coming.
You trailered up to the track, right?
Yeah, I trailered it because of these issues. I would definitely drive it, but I was like,
Did you listen to the episode Sinclair had on here?
I did listen to it.
When we first started this podcast?
I did listen to it, yeah.
It's funny because like he talks about how he had to get his car home from the track. Right? It was Sinclair's, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was
But
Sinclair's.
what part are you talking about?
It took him like 30 or 40 minutes. It took him like, no, he said he took 3 to 4 hours to drive home from the track.
Was it Sinclair's?
I think it was. Somebody.
That was before I was in on it.
Was it
when
on
you
his
did
first
interviews without
season?
me.
Because I know the second season, or at least
It was,
last year,
I think it was even
definitely
before.
trailered it.
I think it was even before IRA.
Oh, it could be.
How do you feel? Do you feel like IRA is like the next up and coming thing, or do you think that
of course, man. I mean, from last year alone. I mean, I know from the first year they said that there was a few cars, but nothing like the second season. And then second season came, there was a lot of cars, and then now third season comes, even more cars. I'm like, man, things picking up fast.
Yeah, because I was around for the first season, and I did the photos for when IRA first started. Auto Week magazine out of Detroit was like, this is going to be the next new thing. I guess somebody put somebody in touch with somebody, and I submitted some photos, and we got into that magazine, and it was this big thing. That first season, there was probably, I mean, a lot of cars showed up, but most of them were doing fun runs. There wasn't a lot in
The
IRA,
physical IRA,
like actually like licensed. And now to see it like just exponentially grow.
Yeah.
This third season, like I was so stoked for it. I'm still a little upset.
He's very upset.
I'm very upset.
Oh, because of this whole Corona stuff?
Yeah, man. It killed all our racing.
You're telling me, man.
Do you feel like it's going to make a difference? Do you feel like this extra time, do you think, well,
we're giving Sinclair some time. I'm pretty sure that he's doing something about this,
there's a couple people like
There's so many, man. We've had so many people on here that have benefited from the downtime.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if they can keep it together, because before it was always once a month, and everybody's had that 1 month to get their cars ready for the next run or whatever. If we can keep it more consistent, let's say like every other weekend or something, bro, that would be crazy.
I think if we get enough racers, and then we have to also get track time, because you got to think like
you got to rent the track.
Yeah. So like even though Chris, who runs IRA, he is pretty much works for the company that runs the track. He still has to compete for track time like everybody else.
Yeah.
I think 6 races is too little, to be honest with you. Like 6 weekends throughout the year. I definitely agree with you. I think it's too little. I think there should be 1 a month. I think 1 a month, if you can, and you do like, if you do 1 a month and you do like a 9-month season, because then you think about it, like some are going to get rained out. Because we're in South Florida. It's just the way it is. And if they compact it into other places.
Actually, last year it rained a couple times. I still went up there.
You have to. You have to. I mean, you've already made sure. Like, see, here's the thing. I get it. You're coming
so
from
many people. So many people decide to stay home when there's rain.
But here, think about it. Like, what are you going to do when it rains while staying home?
Twiddle your thumbs.
You already took the day off. Yep. You got nothing to do. It's usually in the afternoon. The day's already over. Just trailer your shit up there. Pack up a couple beers
I'm
and
with
go.
you.
My thing is like, if it rains out, you could just drink beer. It's not a problem. It's all
You
good
don't
things.
need any excuse for that, right?
No, I don't.
No, not one. I mean, that's what. Yeah.
240, the dream car,
Yes. Always has been.
always has been.
Always.
Ever gonna get rid of it?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
So we no passion to build anything else.
I have actually. Yeah, we're actually gonna look at something tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see what we get.
What is it?
We'll find out.
Oh, we can't even
Oh,
say it.
man.
What's with these surprises? That's rough, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. But no, for sure, for me, I'll build other things, yeah, sure. But I probably won't keep the same sentiment that I had with this car. This car has shown me a lot, has done a lot. I mean, it's never let me down, bro.
Well,
Is it
10 years
because
of the
you've
same
always
car.
wanted
I've
that
always
type
wanted
of
the-
car, or is it just what you've gone through with that car?
I think it has a little to do with both. I've learned a lot on the car, and that's the physical car that I've always wanted. That one,
What was the most important lesson of working on that car?
patience.
That makes sense.
You'd be
Oh,
terrible at building
I
cars.
would be terrible at
Bro,
building cars.
patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. Well, some things teach you patience. Like I've been doing that artwork now lately, and that teaches you patience. So, you ever decide to like do any circuit track or always drag?
I actually the main reason for me wanting to do the whole LS swap and all that was more common parts, and I could do
That makes sense.
what is this other? It's not circuit tracking. It's something else.
The time trials.
What I think it was Time Attack. Yeah, something
Time
like
Attack
that.
or something like
so
that?
I was setting it up
And they got
initially for
autocross
that,
too, I think.
and then things happen here and there. So I just make it a drag car for now. I even took all the sway bars out of it. There's
Oh,
nothing.
okay. Well, you don't need those. Go straight.
nah. So I'll put it all back out. That's where I go back to the whole engineering part and all the suspension stuff. I'll get back into it and.
But you do
that
want to
later.
do time
Oh
attack?
yeah, for sure. That's definitely something I've always wanted to do.
We had somebody on. Who is it? Rennie.
Rennie.
He does. He like
Autocross?
Autocross of America.
I think
Something like
sounds
that.
right.
That's what it was. It was autocross.
Autocross.
Yeah.
And like they do like the national tour. The national one is in like the middle of the country or something like that, and like it's.
Another thing I wanted to do was what's that week stuff that they do up north? That they do, man. Cletus from YouTube was gonna do it now.
I don't know.
Rocky Mountain Race Week and stuff.
Oh
Drag
yeah,
week.
we're drag week.
I
Drag
wanted
week.
to do that with the 240.
Bro. Well,
Wow, I don't know if you got the track record for that, man.
I don't know what 220,000 miles.
Oh, we'll find out, right?
And you said, well, here's the thing. He said he's fixed his stuff at the track a lot.
Oh yeah,
Right, that's
Plenty
what I'm
of
saying.
times.
With your track record, I don't know how.
Well, yes, with his track record, he shows that he's probably going to have a lot of issues at the track from race to race. However, he knows how to fix most of it.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is, I don't think you can do an engine transplant with 220,000 miles, and you're going to put what do they race? They go 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles.
and that's in between the races, and then you
That's
got to
in between
race
the
it.
races.
Like we had the guy Ken,
Yeah, the guy we were talking
the guy
about.
we were
before.
talking about before.
Okay.
He did when he was on our show. He talked about how he did drag week with his Mustang.
Okay.
It was a nightmare.
Was it?
Yeah,
But
he's
he
like,
loved it.
down.
I
Yeah,
bet.
he said he had a great time, but like down to the point of like he forgot that he left old. Was it spark plugs?
Oh yeah. So he had, I think it was spark plugs, and he hadn't worked on the car for a couple of years, and those specific ones had been recalled because they were defective. But he was like, "All right, I'm not doing anything with the car right now,"
Yeah.
and he left it aside. And then he forgets
to
about
like,
it,
Gets like South Carolina,
and he's a cylinder down.
so he's got to get the spark plug shipped, but then he's got to leave. So these like really expensive spark plugs are getting shipped to a place that he's not going to be because he's going to be somewhere else. He had so many issues. It got to the point where because there's hills up there, there's
Yeah.
no hills here.
Yeah.
His car was lower in the front coming down the hills. He said the fender put a cut in his front tire. So he had to get a tire. He had to go buy a tire from Summit Racing. But Summit Racing wouldn't
Oh,
mount the
because
tire.
he has skinnies in the front. I run
some-
full size in the front.
Okay, well then you're better there. But Summit Racing wouldn't mount the tire. So you had to go to Walmart to get a race tire mounted. Like that's the type of so like I hear you talking about drag week and I'm really excited now to see him do it. I hope you
I wanna
video
do it. That
Yo,
You
definitely-
gotta come back and tell us about it.
vlog that. Just video record the
No
whole
worries,
thing.
bro. I'm gonna do it for sure. I'm gonna.
What
do
class would you be in?
It. I don't even
Have
know.
you looked into it that much?
I've had looked into it quite a bit. There is I wouldn't say it's a street car class. There's something above that I would qualify for, and that's the one that I wanted to get into. I don't need too much safety stuff, but it is where my car would end up being because of the swap.
Sounds like a lot of fun, man.
It is a lot of fun. I've seen a lot
Who
of
would you be
people
your
do it.
co-pilot?
I would say her, but bro, she can drive me crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah, but you gotta like, can she fix stuff?
Yeah, she can watch me fix stuff. Yes.
So, random tools. Well, like for me, like personally, I love you, bro. But if I'm going on drag week, you're not my mechanic. Like I'm bringing somebody who knows how to turn a wrench. But,
Bro.
got him.
Was that payback for earlier?
It's just a weird night.
And the cool thing, you can bring as many people as you want, as long as they're in the car with you the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would suck for
He said
anybody
his
but me.
biggest mistake was he didn't bring a trailer with him.
See, I would already have a hitch on it.
And it was
Well,
when,
you know how to
it was
weld,
when
so
they
you
had
just weld one right on there.
they had the big storm that came through. And
That's another thing. Bro, I can't wait to hit all that shit.
Really?
Yeah, that would be crazy. Imagine that, you know? Going through it, just f***ing storm everywhere.
Hell yeah, man.
No AC in the car, windows gotta be down. Nah,
Dude,
this
that's
is epic.
Who is your biggest competition? Well, obviously Ovi because he's reigning champion.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got a lot of people in that division.
Yeah, I know.
So I know there's smack talking going on in that group
Yeah.
chat that you guys got.
Nah, actually, there is. Yeah.
I was gonna
Are you?
say,
He's like,
I just
yeah,
hang
there.
back and read, you know, because when I see the messages like 9+ on IG and stuff, and I'm looking like, whoa.
Oh, they really going at it like that?
Oh yeah, bro, it's awesome.
So
I love that.
who are you going after other than Ovi this year? Like, who do you think your biggest competition would be? Because you did come in second.
I mean, my biggest competition would be everybody.
Yeah, you think it's that close?
Bro, yeah.
They've had so much time to prepare. I mean,
no,
if
but
you, if
everybody
you're not
there's
ready
always
by the
fast, bro.
time this comes around,
It's not even being ready though, but like you get to the track, something breaks, you got to be able to fix it. While
Always
you're there.
some things are always gonna come up,
Yeah.
but everybody, bro, everybody in that class, they know what they got. They know. I know a lot of them, and yeah, bro, everybody's fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just beat them on the tree, bro. Catch me or something. I don't know.
Before you did IRA,
Mhm.
what did you race before that?
I didn't do too much racing before that. I was always on the street, back and forth I would go to Homestead a lot. OV, I would race OV a lot. I mean, we've always been neck and neck with all that stuff.
So it's just always like going to Mexico
Yeah,
real
it's
quick or something
Mexico,
like that.
Oki, whatever you want, they're always there.
Is it because that's what's easiest to get to, like
It
convenience?
would be convenience. Ever since they took down the track, I mean, there wasn't really nothing closer than Homestead for me. I went to Immokalee a couple of times when I lived in Naples, but
Yeah.
nothing that I would say that would make me want to keep going there.
PBIR is the track that you go to the most.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Orlando or Bradenton?
I haven't been to Orlando. I passed by Bradenton a few times, but I haven't been able to go there to race.
I went to Bradenton not too long ago with JP. He's
Okay.
at that white
Yeah,
white
I know
EG
JP.
hatch.
Yeah.
It was an experience. That was a hell of a trip. Yeah. We saw. I think it's Cletus's other Corvette. It actually has a shell.
Oh, the red one, Ruby.
Yeah. That thing is a monster.
I bet.
It looks like it's got a basketball for a turbo on the front,
It's
and it's like
huge.
above. It's mounted above the engine. It's
Damn.
ridiculous. Yeah.
That's kind of no. I might mine a little lower just to kind of keep it down low. But that's what was my original idea. Just
put it on top.
yeah, just whatever.
Did you have to cut the hood?
I didn't have a hood last year. I was the only one running no hood, I think.
Yeah, I didn't go to a lot of the races last year. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't get off work and things like that. But I don't remember the no hood.
Yeah, no hood.
That's gnarly. I guess. Well, at your speed, it probably doesn't make much of a difference. I think you have to. I think a hood is like pivotal at like 170.
I'd say you're right. Due
160.
to
170.
recent experiences. Yes. I say you're right.
do tell.
She's laughing over there. So now we have a story we've uncovered.
There's a bunch of stories with that car, man.
All right, so hit me.
I mean, at a 160, my hood blew over.
Oh,
Get the out of here. Just
Oh my
unlatched and
goodness.
snapped up. Oh,
Holy
shattered the
shit.
windshield.
Oh yeah, shattered windshield, the roof. But since where I work, and all my friends or the friends that I made work there, they came over. We're all good.
Bro, what do you...
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, what do you do? Like, what was the first thing that ran through your head when the hood came
Well,
up?
remember, since I have the engine doesn't fit in there and all that, so I had to cut. So as soon as it went, I already had a visual. We're all good. Like nothing happened. Like what are we talking about? Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That's classic, dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
bro.
You can make like I just like I try to imagine like a movie, probably like some like Seth Rogen dumb shit where like it's like whack and he's just like still cruising. He's
so
got a big ass
funny.
hole in the hood.
That is so
That's pretty
funny.
legit, dude.
Yeah, dude. We ripped the hood off. What? You ripped it off? And I'm like, bro, we gotta get home, bro. Get the out of here. Cracked everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
That's nuts. What other
That's
good stories
crazy.
you got?
Well, the whole running with no coolant. I haven't changed the oil since I put the car together. Same oil as had in it since.
Bro, you for real?
I'm dead serious. I'm so serious. I'm serious, bro.
What are you guys letting him do?
Hey, bro, we're testing parts right
Frankenstein,
now.
she
And it's a
says.
Gen 3, so it's the weaker rotted motor, so we'll see what happens.
Bro, you
I
just
love your outlook, though. I love this guy's outlook on everything. Oh man, shit's gonna hit the fan. Don't worry, it'll be great.
what do you if you blow this engine up?
I
what
have
are
a
you gonna
spare
do?
one. I've had a spare one for
Hell
the longest
Same
time.
engine?
Hell
A 5.3,
yeah.
a bigger one.
A bigger one.
Yeah.
Same oil.
Hey, don't tempt me.
Drop the oil out of this engine and put it right back in the new one.
I check it all the time. It doesn't burn oil. So it's good, man. It's good.
What does the oil look like? Is it black yet?
No, it's not even black. It's nice and golden. It's sweet.
Bro,
That's
I don't
awesome.
understand.
I love it,
How
man.
is that possible?
I don't know.
This is awesome.
It doesn't even smell because I run 85. It doesn't smell like 85. I've never gapped the rings. I've gone up to 21 pounds of boost. Everybody says you got to gap rings and all that. Yeah, whatever. Well,
Not on an LS, apparently.
not on that one.
Not on. what about the other one?
I mean, I've seen them crack piston, ringlands, destroy motors and all that.
That's the first thing that usually goes is the.
Yeah, when you don't gap rings, too much pressure, cylinder pressure would have rings touch, and then they go up, crack pistons, and there goes everything.
And
I
you're not-
decided to test that theory.
Bro.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
I
I love
know.
this guy.
This is
I want to
like-
hang out with you all the time.
He immediately became like his favorite guest. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I'm talking to my stepfather. Like my stepdad would do that same shit, wouldn't he? He'd be like, "Yeah, it's still good. Doesn't
It's
it?"
fine. Don't
fine.
gotta
At
do
one
anything.
point, when I did drain the
Don't
coolant,
fix
it was
what ain't
because I
broke.
was leaking compression into the cooling system.
Okay.
So I drained it, whatever. I got home. I did a compression test. One cylinder was down. So at that physical moment, I just got a torque wrench and torqued my heads down a little bit more and then kept going. So one cylinder down. I think it was cylinder 2 was down. Yeah.
Just tighten it up.
Yeah,
It's
just
down.
tighten it
Just
up.
tighten it up.
Crack,
You're
crack.
good.
I mean, keep going.
You're not a mechanic, are you?
Yeah. Actually,
Savage.
I do it to my cars. I don't do it to nobody else.
Yeah, right.
Only mine.
Experiment with my own car.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Well, that's
That's
a pretty
awesome.
good, funny experiment. And then the fact that you got the parts pretty cheap, so
Oh, yeah.
if they blow up, it's not gonna like really break the
Everything
bank.
on mine is the motor stock. I got it for $400. I put a $200 cam in it, $130 springs in it, and that's it.
Like
Yeah, you're
eBay
saying before
shit?
you were all about budget.
Yeah.
Is that why you're willing to be a little bit more
Oh yeah,
cavalier?
careless with it. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, if you drop 10 grand into it, or anything,
I
you-
wouldn't even begin to imagine what the I would be like. I keep thinking about those numbers. I speak to her about it all the time, and we're like,
So there's no plan of like putting an RB or like putting like
Nah,
a
man.
like a different engine in or more power.
nah, I've gone through so many engines, so many different swaps in it, bro. I think the LS, because it's actually given me less headaches than any of the other swaps that I've ever had in it,
Really?
and it's given me the most fun out of it. Yeah,
And the fact that they're cookie cutter, you could pretty much find them in any junkyard. Kind of
yeah,
helps.
definitely. I just found another one for 500 that I'm doing for a friend of mine.
Damn. I would say like that's crazy to be able to just drop another engine in as soon as it kind of blows up. Is 500 the limit, or do you want to go higher? Do you
Oh no,
wanna-
I've gone to 650, but there's another reason. Like my friend Ovi, he needed a boost controller, so I just took mine out and just left mine at whatever makes 520 or whatever. and I just gave him the boost controller. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Just because he needed it, helping
I
a
really
friend.
needed it. Yeah. Hey, I need a boost controller. I'm going to dyno. Yeah. Here you go, bro. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No, do you know anybody else that would do that?
Nope, not a goddamn one. Nobody, not one person I know would be like, "Yeah, here's a part. I'm gonna go
see
slower."
him speechless. You made him speechless.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good with like coming up with like talking points and topics and things like that. But you said a few things in this.
Surprised the out of us.
I'm pretty shocked because like there's a level of camaraderie at the track, right?
Yeah,
Between
definitely.
racers, there's always a level of camaraderie between the drivers. If something goes wrong, they usually crowd around and try to help
For
you
sure.
out. For instance, you know Eddie Blue Subaru C4
Yeah.
Dreads.
Yeah.
His cousin came up one year. Rest in peace, buddy. But his cousin came up and he wasn't racing. He was just hanging out. But he is a racer down. He was a racer down in Jamaica. Great dude.
Yeah, I bet.
He was literally running around all day just helping people fix their stuff at the track. Like he just loved doing it. So
That's
that
true.
camaraderie around racers is understandable. Like teams, when you're at the upper echelons, the teams don't help each other. But down here at the lower levels, everybody kind of steps
And
up.
that's the best way to be.
But to
I
take a
love
part
having-
off your car,
Oh yeah, I've got
And
no
hand it
no
to
problem
someone-
with that.
Bro,
if he needed a turbo, I would give him my turbo. I have no issues with doing anything like that. Yeah.
knowing that you're going to go slower.
Oh yeah, what? Like, that's no big deal. I've lost more races than I've ever won, and I just have fun doing it.
So interesting. Because we've had, what is this, 36?
Something like that.
Probably
Lost count.
33 of them have been interviews.
Mhm.
And the vast majority always talk about how they would rather win a race than be there just to compete.
Nah.
And that's a lot of the problem with getting people to go to the racetrack, getting people to compete in these things and like stuff like that. But
I
the
appreciate
fact that
that.
like
I'm ecstatic you came out. This is awesome. I'm having a great time.
the fact that you are able to, what the was I going to say? You do every time, bro. Every time. The
You
fact
don't
that you
shut
enjoy
up.
just
I
the
can't
fact
get
that you
a
just
word in.
enjoy competing.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Whereas like if you win, that's like icing on the cake.
Oh yeah, when
But
I
competing
came
is
out
your
in second
cake.
place, I was like, nah.
But that's
There's no way.
It's not just that he also got second place. Like we've talked about how,
But he didn't assume that.
That no, I know, but that you get there. We've talked about before that you need that competitive edge to get to the next level. If you want to really compete, if you really want to get first place, you have to have that competitive edge. You've said that on the show.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta push it at some point. But I'm just there to have fun. I'm definitely just there to have fun.
I think that there's something to that outlook. Yeah, you may not necessarily be the most consistent, getting out there, getting first and second every single time. I don't know if that would hurt you or not. You might have caught the bug of like, hey, I got second. Now next time I have to get first. That would be a different story because then you're going to go out there more competitive next time. But there's something to going out there to just have fun, to have the camaraderie with everyone around you, with all those racers, and doing it well. If you're in a happy place, you may perform better than if you're out there going, I got to get this, I got to get this, I got to pin the tree, I got to nail this.
I think it's
start.
different for each person. So like when you get up to
For sure.
when you get up to the pros, you have to perform. It's not like you have the choice.
If you're in the pros, then and I'm talking like high levels, you're someone that has to be able to perform under that pressure. The pressure doesn't bother you.
Well, it bothers Gasly, but just throw people under the bus.
Wow,
but
man,
what about
savage today?
who was at the top of the leaderboard the entire season that year? Was it always OVU and Corey?
Nah, I don't even think so.
I know Corey
was-
screwed himself a couple times.
Bro, Corey, bro. Bro, I love the guy, bro. Cause is that, bro? He's always telling me YOLO button or Yobo button. Always, it's like, don't get in front of me. I'm a Yobo button. You know, I'm like, Corey, don't do that, bro. I mean, man, Corey came up fast, man. He was on our asses. But I think I was in the bottom of the list for a long time, and then I don't know what happened that I ended up showing up, and I did perform a little better for whatever reason that night, and I got moved up. And then you have the random double points. And then that's what ended up helping us out. But
You got to make sure you have the sticker on the car.
yeah, the sticker, I had all of that stuff. So I was always fine.
What do you feel about the faster cars dropping down a class?
Bro, None of them should be in that C2 class. What are we even talking about?
Some of those cars are
Frustrate,
Mazda.
Texas Killer, what?
JP.
Yeah, JP.
He should be in
JP, I think, was in C1 last year.
Yeah.
What the
The C2 has got some
serious cars?
You got what? Terrell,
ridiculous
JP,
cars.
Frustrate,
and then
Texas.
Sin is going to be coming out with some crazy shit
Sin,
now.
yeah. And nobody's even seen his build. I don't even know what he's putting in there.
It's an RB28.
Well, I would assume he's putting an RB because that's
crazy. I think if I remember correctly, he got a bigger turbo. So I don't know, bro. He's doing some crazy shit.
Who talks the most shit in your group chat?
Bro, last year I would say it was Dan.
Oh, you Danimal.
Danimal, yeah.
Okay, so Danimal was picking on Killcat.
Oh my god, that was the best.
I got to get Danimal on the show.
That was the best.
We got to get Danimal on the show. I don't care what
I would just go
now.
on the chat just to watch all the memes that he would do.
Really?
It was hilarious.
Because
the best
Killcat
shit
was supposed
ever.
to come on the show twice
All right.
and
Bro.
bailed twice.
Bro,
I'm going to call
two
him out
times.
every time I get a chance.
you bleeped yourself out last time.
Yeah, I know. Well, last time I called him some names and stuff. I'm trying to be professional over here and run a business. You know what I'm saying? Little Rodney Dangerfield actions, fix the tie.
Yeah.
But,
Man, Rodney Dangerfield.
yeah, great comedian. But we should get Danimal on the show because that would probably be some
Hilarious.
funny stuff.
No, I think that's all he does all day. Is just make up.
You don't get into the shit talking?
Nah, man, I just watch it because
I think he
I'm
just
not really a
enjoys
shit
it.
talker. It's just like, what am I gonna say? Oh, I'm gonna beat you. I got nothing. I got nothing.
You got a 500 horsepower LS?
Nah,
that
bro.
would be 600, but you keep giving parts away.
Yeah. I mean, one day I'll push it to see if it goes at one point, but
If I didn't give that part away, I would have beaten your ass.
I feel like at a certain
That's
point,
awesome.
you should just like when you got another engine laying around.
I got one.
Well, yeah, you got one. So just yoke this one. and
I've
take
been
it
trying to, bro. You have no idea how many times I've tried.
You're trying to blow it up.
It doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go.
That's so
Sometimes
crazy.
I even see the oil pressure while I'm on it. We'll go doing all this stuff, crazy shit. I'm like, keep going, bro. I'm serious, man. You should.
Is it because you want to put the other bigger engine in, or is
It's
just,
not that I initially wanted. It's a Gen 4, so it's a stronger rotted engine, so it would hold more. But I just want to see what it'll do. I just keep going and keep going, and I've overheated it in a bunch of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I've done so much.
But
shit
you take it
that day.
apart and everything's like twisted and bent.
Nah, well, hopefully we'll see the bottom end. I did do the head gaskets because Ovi got me a head gaskets for Christmas or something. He's like, bro, you're doing the fucking head gaskets. I'm like, all right, bro. And he got me studs too. So if it wasn't for that, I would have never done it. I would have stayed with the same ones. So I
Jeez.
think that's why it hasn't overheated since.
You know what's really funny is most people are like, I've talked to a lot of people and they're like, you know, every at the end of every season, I take apart my engine, I rebuild it, I make sure everything's good, I check over everything.
But I haven't even changed the oil, bro.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like
even
I
changed
don't know
oil.
if Sinclair took that engine apart after last season, then he put on the dyno and it blew up. And I mean, that's just. I think there's sometimes it's like it's a shitty situation, right?
It
Just shit happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Sometimes, but
Yeah.
like literally, I went to Sean Yearwood. You know, Sean Yearwood runs a TL, Acura TL. It's wrapped with that P2R lion on the side
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, everybody knows that. This
Yeah,
is
as you
bright
say,
as hell.
P2R.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I went to hit when we did his interview.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in. He's got a gorgeous personal garage in the back of his house. I walk in there, hit that TL, every part of the engine was out, laid out in order. He's like, yeah, at the end of the year, I break it down. He also does circuit racing. So I'm sure that that's rubbed off on him to break that down. But to like literally have somebody sit in front of my face and just be like, yeah, no, I don't break shit down. Just run this bitch till it dies.
I'm pretty sure I have a couple exhaust leaks too, but
What
whatever,
kind of
dude.
tires? Do you get picking them up at the junkyard?
No.
Okay, thank God. All right.
We
We're
can't
not
do
that
none of
crazy.
No. I do run Mickey's in the back, and since I did all the new suspension stuff in the back, I can actually, from the measurements that I got, I could what was it, 325s.
What's
back.
you said you changed the suspension, you watched on YouTube to change it. Did
Yeah.
you move where the actual strut is?
No,
or
I kept it all in the stock locations, but I actually moved my suspension stuff lower so it could accommodate a bigger rim, more backspacing inside.
Okay.
So instead of running a full strut, which ends up being, I think, like 42 inches long. No, not 42 inches long. Like 30 inches long. I went to a coilover shock from QA1, double adjustable that ends up being 20 inches long or something.
So it just chops off a bunch on that so you can
Yeah.
run a better tire,
A bigger tire.
a bigger tire.
Because another thing I run into is I spin for whatever reason.
You spin.
Yeah.
in a 3,400 pound
spin,
car,
bro.
500 horsepower.
500. I make 600 torque immediately. I've had it on that. It was just 600.
Really?
Yeah,
It's an immediate push and torque.
immediately.
Who tunes your stuff?
Georgia Custom Speed Creations.
Custom speaker. Where are they? Down in
And,
Miami?
yeah, down, I think in Perrine, something like that.
It's hard to keep track of all
yeah,
the
Color
guests.
Bay, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of all the guests because, we'll have guests that'll come be like, yo, I come from deep Miami, deep Miami. And then, you have Corey that, comes from BFE North.
He does, man.
And
I know.
He gets here and he's like, yeah, I almost brought the Mustang with slicks on it. I'm like, bro, literally 20 minutes
He's
into the
nuts,
interview,
though.
it's pouring outside. He's like, well, thank God I didn't bring the Mustang.
Yeah, it was pouring at my job, and I was like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
There's no hood,
Yeah.
I'll run it. I don't even know if my wipers work, to be honest. I'm sure they do,
I don't know who's crazier, you or them, for getting in the car with you.
bro. And they were both in the car when the hood went up. So you imagine that, and then
No
no
screaming?
motion, just keep going. No, they can trust me, man. I've been in some sketchy situations.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
My cheeks hurt.
we're we're definitely going for first this year, C3.
I'm gonna try.
If you get first this year, you're gonna push it to try to go C2 next year and put some more power.
Well,
in?
I have gone up a lot in mile an hour. I can get up there in the mile an hour. That's why I can push C3. And my next goal would be that. We'll see how much power I can put down with the other engine.
What's the top out?
I'm
of
assuming
C3?
it's going to blow this year. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
We'll find out, bro.
He's like, how long could it possibly fucking last? I don't remember what the top of the C3. What's the breakout?
C3 was 140.
140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trapping now?
I can trap, I think, in the 151s right now.
Okay, so you're gonna have to play
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah, that's why I have to play with
and
it.
you got the 8th mile breakout now too.
Yeah, but my thing won't come up that hard that fast.
No.
Nah. It's definitely it's late.
Yeah, look at 139.9 to 120.
Yeah, and I think C2 is 155, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's 140 to 155. Honestly, at this point, I think it should just raise C2 up to 160 because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 200. I mean, why stop there? What are we talking about?
I don't know, man. Because I don't know. I would love to see I would love to see the bigger names start coming out and doing that, where they're coming out and they because you always get the same cars TX2K, FL2K, those
Yeah.
big name racers.
Mm-hmm.
They work all year for the same 4 large races. But there's maybe it's when I was growing up, I played a lot of hockey.
Okay.
And there was always house and tournament. House is 10 games a season plus playoffs. You paid $150. I played roller hockey, not and not everybody's got the money to play ice hockey. But that was your house team, and that's where you kind of honed your skills and practiced and things like that. Kind of learned what you needed to learn. Now, driving a car is a lot more expensive. I get that. But I feel
not that expensive, bro.
Well,
Tell you.
if you do it your way. But my thing is if you came out to these races, right, and kind of learn your craft, hone your skills.
Yeah, that's
And
definitely.
then when you get to TX2K, FL2K, those bigger races, things like that are one-offs, H day for some of the Honda guys, I feel that would be this would be the time to learn. That would be the time to go ahead and perform.
Yeah, put it down. That's what you're talking about, the IndyCar guy. Yeah, that you have to have more experience. When I started this thing, bro, what? I sucked, man.
With the roll racing, you mean?
With the roll racing, with anything. I was just bad at it. And then that's where me and Ovi have always planned to go to FL2K together, and every year we always just end up missing out for whatever reason. So should be our goal one of these years coming up.
I already took off for it, so I'll be there.
Did you? All right.
I took off for it. As soon as they announced it, I took off for it. I was like,
And
I'm
Corona
not
ain't gonna
missing
mess
it.
that shit up.
Bro,
He might kill someone. If he does.
it's not. The only thing is, I might rent a car to drive out there
All right.
because I drove in a van with JP out there, and lug bug season. I don't know what it was, bro. But the whole front of his truck was green, dude. It was just
man.
bug guts all over the place. So I might rent a car to go out there,
That's just
and I'll be that
somebody else's
asshole.
car.
I mean, run one of those little Chevy Sparks or something, you know?
I don't. Enterprise me one time, so I'm
Did
probably
they?
gonna use an Enterprise car.
Dude, Let me know. Let me know if
You
you're
like
gonna
pull
do
it back right. And like, can I return it to a specific location? I want to go to this one. Okay, yeah, all right, perfect. I just pull it in there with like bug and shit guts all over
Whatever,
the front of it.
bro. Don't even matter.
That would make my day.
Have you heard of the people that rent those enterprise trucks or whatever, and they put nitrous on it to go to the drag strip and then just take it off?
No.
Yeah, they're on YouTube all over the place. I find that hilarious.
So wait. So they're putting nitrous on a U-Haul.
Yeah, no, not on a U-Haul. On like a 1500 that they'll rent from a U-Haul or whatever.
Are you for real?
Yeah, bro, it's so funny.
I'm
Like
gonna have to-
150
I didn't
shots,
even
you
know
go
they
to the
did
drag
that.
shit, come back. I mean, what do you rent those things for $29 a day or something?
Yeah, and if you get the insurance, if you blow it up, it's not that big of a deal.
Not even a problem.
But you got to take it all apart before they get back to it, and then be like, yeah,
so
well,
they put it in specific locations. Like, don't even matter.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
we're gonna have to watch some videos.
Yeah, man, do it.
I didn't think that was a thing.
That's awesome.
If you could make, I know you said the 240 is your dream car,
Mm-hmm.
but if you could have any car in the world, which one would it be?
Bro, there's so many, man.
Yeah, I know. It's a rough question.
And I like 50s cars.
Do you?
Yeah.
Classic guy.
Yeah. Bro, like
50s.
50s. Like you're talking
Like
about
the
like
Bel Airs and
Bel Airs, but I'm not talking about that one. There's a Plymouth, right now, the name escapes me right now, bro. It's so sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, the name, that I lose the name and I get back, bro, that's
Send
the
us
car.
a picture of it. We'll put it
Yeah,
up on the video.
I'll send it.
I think if I can, like, in that era, I don't know, when did the old like Lincoln Continentals come out? Was that the 60s?
Yeah.
The big ones, you get the suicide
I
doors on
love
them
those
and
big
bag
cars.
'em.
Again, I got like 17
62.
kids, you know? So I need the space, but that's definitely my thing there.
Is that what kind of fuels the budget builds? Is the 17 kids, or is that
Nah, not at all. She'll let me spend it all if I have to.
Damn.
But
we're eating ramen tonight? Buy the turbo.
that's the thing is my turbo's $300. Get the hell out of here.
It's like, I feel like at any given Sunday you could see this gentleman at your local junkyard like walking through there with a wrench, just like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm taking this. Oh, wires. I have the stock wires that came with the engine.
Are you for real,
I'm not even joking, man.
bro? How is your car running?
I don't know. I don't know.
It is insane.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
Because everyone is always, most people, they like, yo, I want this part, but I can't afford it. Or I want that part, but I can't afford it. You're just like,
I said I don't go too high on that because again I've seen real nice built engines just get trashed, and I can't afford it. And I like to drive my car. I like to go places. My friend will call me, hey, you want to go ride? Yeah, let's go. So I want to be able to have that flexibility without being conscious of what if it breaks this time or what if it doesn't or whatever. I can switch out the engine in a couple hours at my house.
I mean, you've done it enough times at this point.
Oh
you
no,
probably
and that I've done like the 302 swap that I had before. In like 3 hours, I swapped in one, took out another one. I went to a cash days a long time ago. I blew the motor on the way over there. I still raced the thing. It sounded like a diesel smoking out of there. Didn't matter. Bro.
This is unreal. Man,
Yeah.
How did
yeah, go ahead, bro. 'Cause I got
I know,
nothing,
right?
dude. Like, I'm baffled.
speechless again? So did that friendship take off right from going to get those glasses,
Oh,
or
yeah.
did you meet up again
Immediately.
later, or just
Yeah, right. It just sparked up, and he got my number. We would text, and actually, the shop that was doing the swap for him was actually down the road from my house too. So then from there, I had a job, and then I got him a job with me. So now we got even more time together. So now we were talking more. Before we would go to work because we would have night shift. We would go to work. We'll go to the shop to finish the build, and then there's spiral effect, man.
I'm impressed,
That's crazy.
bro. I can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready. This is gonna be legit. So, as I don't know if you know, but bearded garagistas will, depending on when the races are and how notice we get, because we had scheduled to be we're the official podcast of IRA. So we're actually going to be doing podcasts
That's awesome.
at the track during the races. We'll come down, we'll try to grab some of the drivers, bring you up, BS in the booth a little bit, and then kind of go
sweet.
back down and do what you got to do. Yeah, so it's going to be good. Taking photographs as well. You know me, I'm always out there shooting photos. But I'm,
Yeah.
well, the website's not there anymore, but Instagram, DM me if you want me.
Holla at your boy.
What'd you say? I'll let your boy. I will, dude. Is there anything else that we missed that you wanted to get out there?
Nah, man, just my friends, just keep it together, be nice to each other, help each other out. That's what I'm all about.
Any smack talk you want to do before?
I got nothing, bro.
Bro,
I can't smack talk.
be like, yo, Ovi, I'm coming for you.
I do that every day. Tomorrow I'm a racer. We'll see what happens, bro.
I'm either gonna win or blow my shit up.
The thing, bro, is that I don't know why when I'm in the car, bro, that thing will be going sideways, and I'm cool. Like, he's always next to me. For some reason, when it comes to us going to the race, like with Felix or whatever, I race Felix. He's always next to me. He's always like tapping me, like, slow down, slow down. The car's going sideways. I'm like, bro, I got this. Smack it to next gear, and I'm good. Yeah, dude, I'm crazy.
This year's gonna be good. We're gonna, as the year goes through, once the season is over and things like that, and we've kind of got the season under the belt, we're going to definitely do recaps. We're going to bring you guys back.
That's going to be cool.
We've already said that with everybody. We're going to bring everybody back and do this again. Because I'm sure after the season goes down, we're going to have some funny stories, some great stories, and especially, hopefully you won't blow up the engine. But if it happens,
I'm just going to come back faster. So
there you go. That's
incredible. It's so incredible.
It's like you blow it up and just put something faster in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the baby motor. It's not even the big one.
Unreal, dude. Well, I appreciate you traveling all the way up here.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
And spending your night. This was a great episode. YouTube, subscribe, like, share, follow us, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Yeah, we're good. beardedgaragistas.com. What else you guys to say?
Nothing. Comment.
Still don't have the merchandise, man, because
just
the IRS.
Yeah, man, why you gotta call them out? Really?
We're never gonna get it because there's one dude who's got a red stapler at the IRS who listens to our show, and he's like, every time they call it out, we're just gonna lose this paperwork. Yeah, but it's coming, I promise. We'll see you guys later. Peace.